through this door lies another dimension. One of beeps, one of boops. A reality where 8-bit and HD clash. This is the point where new retro meet. The 6.5 dimension, protected by the arcade overlord. You have crossed into the turbo zone.
What sounds cooler than taking control of everybody's favorite blue, extreme, fun-loving, chili dog-having hedgehog and riding fucking hoverboards through a futuristic racing game? Well, if it turns out like anything like Sonic Riders, everything sounds better. Sonic Riders is a game that I really want to like. I really want to sit down and like this game. And I can't. I really can't. Back whenever this game was released back in 2006, I remember I was still in school. I was fairly young. I would think I was around 12 or 13 when this game came out. And no, it would have been before that. I was around, yeah, I was about 12. And I remember seeing this game and being so excited for it. I loved racing games and I loved Sonic, so hey, mix those two together and you got a great combination. At the time, my parents bought me games here and there, but they couldn't really afford to get me games all the time. And the previous year they had got me Shadow the Hedgehog, so I couldn't really afford to go out and get a brand new game. So I skipped this one. I didn't play this Sonic game for a pretty long time, and I'm pretty thankful that I didn't, because Sonic Riders is really underwhelming.
Hope you're all ready for a show. We've got an exciting event just for you. Since you all seem so bored, I've put together a little extra something to spice things up. I call it the X-World Grand Prix, a tournament to see who's the best of the best with extreme gear. Not just a race, but a special race to see who's the fastest.
What I mean by that is Sonic Riders is a game that is very promising in its concept. It's really promising in the art design, the music, the style. Everything looks like it's going to work. But it all falls apart when you start playing the game. Once you start playing Sonic Riders, you quickly realize that there's just too much going on here. I think in their effort to stray away from games like Mario Kart, which I agree with. If this game was just a ripoff of Mario Kart, people would be like, oh, Sonic Riders is just a ripoff of Mario Kart. But instead, I think they veered too far away from that casual karting genre. This isn't even as good as like other extreme sports games like SSX or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. This is like its own thing, and it's really hard to get into.
Here I come! Sonic has done a great job and the the win.
Sonic Riders, so you take control of a Sonic character, you ride a hoverboard. Sounds like it'd be pretty simple, but it's not. In the corner there, you see that I have an air gauge, the air gauge, you have to constantly be building up that gauge. You have to be doing tricks. You have to be, riding the little wind streams behind other racers. You have to be doing certain things to get that air gauge up. There are pit stops, but that'll severely slow you down. I don't recommend doing that. The best way to get air on the air gauge, the best way is to just do tricks off of jumps, which is a little tricky to time at first, but you can get it. And other than that, there's just a lot of other things at play during the race, like the leveling up system. You have to get rings to level up your board in order to do things like Sonic can grind on rails, and Tails can use little fly gates. That they're like really character type specific things, which there are character types. There's speed types, flying types, and power types. Along with that, there's segments where you go into a little quick time event and you have to twirl the stick around. That also builds your air. I don't know what the point of that is. It's not very fun, but it happens. This game just has there's a lot going on, and you never feel like you're really in control of the race. I never feel like I'm in control when I'm playing Sonic Riders, and that's the biggest problem.
Now, the race is about to begin. He makes a nice landing. Knuckles has done a great job taking advantage of the lead.
I've had this game for years now. I bought this game, I want to say I bought it back in about 2009. I finally decided to pick it up and play it. And it's been almost 10 years. This is 2018, and I still do not think I fully feel like I'm in control while playing Sonic Riders. Which, once again, is very sad because this game has a very promising concept. I'm a huge Sonic fan. I play every single Sonic game released. What's even worse is that the sequel to Sonic Riders, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, fixes a lot of the gameplay issues and makes the game very fun. I actually really like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity because they take a lot of what didn't work, like the air gauge, they throw it out the window, they add a few pretty simple mechanics in, and it works really well in the sequel. Sonic Free Riders, not so much, but the sequel to this Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is pretty good. It's just the first Sonic Riders, they really didn't get off on the right foot.
The semi-final race will begin in 10 minutes. Please convene at the gate prior to that time.
That's cool! Sonic! When did you learn those techniques?
Not very impressive for someone of your reputation. You know, I've checked you out, actually. Not bad. I admit you're pretty fast on your feet. But here, it's a whole different story when riding with extreme gear.
There is a story mode. Sonic meets up with these characters called the Babylon Rogues. Eggman's hosting this big race tournament thing. Chaos Emeralds are involved. Standard Sonic fare. It's not really too interesting, but it is kind of fun to watch, especially at the time in 2006, because around this time we were getting other games like Sonic 06, which had a fucking stupid plot. And we had Sonic Genesis on the Game Boy Advance, and Sonic and the Secret Rings, which also had a fucking stupid plot. So Sonic Riders, in that regards, doesn't do that much harm with its plot. It's very like Saturday morning cartoon, and the way you go through it. I do like some of the voice acting and the jokes. And, I mean, like I said, the presentation is great. Sonic games usually have really, really nice presentation. And, I mean, the music's fantastic, the soundtrack, the visuals look good. It's just the gameplay. It kills it. It kills this game. I really want to like this game, but I just can't bring myself to like Sonic Riders.
She makes a smooth landing. Tails has done a great job taking advantage of the lead. Sonic is rapidly increasing speed.
But if you are a Sonic fan like myself, and you must play every single thing released in the Sonic franchise, You can do a lot worse than Sonic Riders. It's just expect to not get into it as much as you thought at first, because it's going to take some. There's a huge learning curve. There's a giant learning curve. You're going to be practicing for a very long time before you're actually any good at the game, unless you're a god or unless I just suck. The first Sonic Riders, if you like it, that's good on you. I don't really care for this game.
Hey geeks and gamers, TurboBot90013 here. Remember to subscribe to the Turbo Zone for more content. The Arcade Overlord, thank you. Stay retro. Turbo Zone.